Alright, picture this. It's your first week teaching abroad, and you are standing in a classroom that smells like chalk dust and jet lag, trying to figure out why the kids are laughing at your accent. Your lesson plan's a mess. Your inbox is overflowing with emails you can barely translate. And you are wondering, did I really sign up for this? Sound familiar? Well, that was me once, and it's probably been you too. Welcome to Expat Teacher Tales, where I unpack the wild ride of teaching far from home. I'm Shorja Mukherjee, your host, and today's episode is all about 7 career lessons every teacher should hear before they burn out. I've got real stories, messy, funny, sometimes brutal ones, about teachers who made it, and a few who didn't. Stuff like trust, burnout, and finding your groove when you are a million miles from familiar. So grab your coffee, tea, whatever keeps you going. Let's dive in. Okay, so imagine this teacher. Let's call her Neha. She's the expat we all want to be at. First, killer lessons, a classroom that's basically an Instagram vibe with flags and crafts everywhere. But she kept dropping the ball. A parent emails her in shaky English. She would reply, eventually. Grades due. Oops, forgot. I'll call you, she would say to her mom, then blank on it. It wasn't a big blow up, just little misses piling up. Soon, her co-workers stopped popping by. The principal didn't ask her for anything anymore. And then, proof. She was gone. Not because she couldn't teach, but because no one could count on her. This taught me my first lesson. If people can't trust you, it doesn't matter how smart you are, especially when you are the new kid from another country. Trust is your golden ticket. It's those quick replies to a weirdly worded message, showing up when you say you will, even if you are still jet lagged. You don't have to nail everything, but people need to know you have got their back. And speaking of Neha, she showed me something else one day. She shot back a snippy email to a parent, wiped out, running on fumes, and it just slipped out. Nothing mean, just prickly, I would say. But in a school where every word's crossing cultures, it hit hard. The parent sent it to the boss, and bam, she's in a meeting, sweating it out. That's when I learned my second lesson. Write your emails assuming they will be read by everybody. When you are teaching abroad, your words aren't just words, they are like little ambassadors. That text to a teammate, that group chat joke, it's how people see you. I always double check now. Would I freak out if my principal saw this? Cause trust me, stuff sticks way longer than you think. Now that makes me think of Rahul, total newbie, all fired up, lands a cushy gig at a fancy international school, smart boards, free snacks, the dream, right? 6 months in, he's on WhatsApp like, hey, I'm bored out of my mind. Everything was too smooth. No mess, no growth. He was all about looking good fast, not soaking it all in. That's when I got my third lesson, a very important one. Don't be in a hurry to create impact. Be in a hurry to learn. Then there's my friend Pooja, these are all fictitious names by the way, who went a different way. She picked a school way out in the sticks. Crappy internet, kids would test a saint, no budget. She was making it up as she went, tweaking lessons when the lights died, guessing what parents meant half the time. 5 years later, she's running workshops like a rock star, while Rahul's still just there. That led me straight to my fourth lesson. Early on in your career, pick a job where you learn the most, irrespective of the money. Learning compounds faster than money. Trust me, it does. Those rough, around the edge schools, they are where you figure out who you really are. You grow guts, and that sticks with you way past the paycheck. Pooja had this other trick up her sleeve. She would scribble everything down. Parent chats in two languages, random visa stuff, whatever the principal mumbled in a meeting, it all went in her notes. Me? I thought I could wing it. Big mistake. Forgot a meeting, spaced on a deadline, and suddenly I am that flaky expat. That's where I picked up my fifth lesson. Never trust your memory. Write everything down. Teaching abroad is a whirlwind. New rules, new faces, missing home. Don't bet on your brain to keep up. Jot it down on your phone, a napkin, whatever. The chill teachers I know, they are not magic. They just don't try to remember it all. Keeps you sane, and that's priceless, to be honest. That reminds me of this newbie, Mira. Super sweet. After her day was done, she would wander around like, hey, need help with those worksheets? Cutting stuff out? No big show, just pitching in when no one asked. Next year, a leadership spot opens up. Guess who's the first call? Not the loudest teacher, but the one everyone knew they could lean on. That's when I realized my sixth lesson. A great way to set yourself up for success is to do more after you are finished doing what you were told to do. Become positively unpredictable. When you are the expat, those small moves like sticking around to chat or helping a local teacher with English mean a lot. People notice, and it pays off when you least expect it. And then years down the road, something shifts. Nobody is gushing over your cute bulletin boards anymore. Instead, they are like, hey, what's your take on this kid? Any ideas for this parent? That's when I learned my seventh lesson. Early in your career, you get paid for what you can do. Later on, you get paid for what you know. It's less about the hustle and more about what's in your head. I've seen old school expat teachers nail this. They have bounced between countries, seen it all, and they have got stories that cut through the noise. Are you still picking up new tricks? Thinking it over? Because that's what turns you into the go to person, not just the years. But here's the big one that lies and ties it all together. I have watched amazing teachers tank because they couldn't vibe with anyone. Grumpy in meetings, ignoring the lunch lady's hello, too busy to care. Then there's the so-so ones who climb cause they listen. They care. They make you feel like you matter. That gave me my bonus lesson. In the end, every role boils down to how you deal with people. Abroad, it's dialed up to 11. You are the outsider, and every connection counts. Your teammate, the kids, even the guy driving the school van. People don't forget how you act when the Wi-Fi is out, or you botch a word and laugh it off. It's not about being a genius. It's about being someone people like having around. That's the real game changer. So there you go. 7 lessons plus a bonus from the expat teacher trenches, all mashed together. Trust, emails, learning fast, picking the right job, writing it down, doing extra, knowing your stuff, and dealing with people. If you're out there right now, half asleep, pumped up, or ready to scream, you are not alone. This job doesn't always come with a trophy, but you are leaving marks on lives in ways you might never catch. Keep at it. Keep figuring it out. Be the teacher folks want to grab a coffee with, not just nod at in the hall. Because being there, across oceans and all the craziness, that's what sticks. Love this? Pass it to a teacher buddy who's in the thick of it. Hit the subscribe button for more Expat Teacher Tales. And tell me, what's your big lesson from this wild ride? Drop it in the comments or ping me on YouTube. Catch you next time. Stay awesome out there.